This is not a lecture about grammar rules, irregular verbs, or dry textbooks. This is a story about how to learn. It is a look at how the human brain actually claims a new language, converts sounds into meaning, and turns a terrifying wall of noise into a comfortable home. Over the next 15 minutes, we are going to look at the exact mechanism of language acquisition and design the ultimate stress-free strategy for you to finally master English, the illusion of the classroom. Let's begin our story with a common trap. Imagine a man named Leo. Leo wants to learn English. He buys a heavy, expensive textbook, signs up for a 3-hour class on Tuesday nights, and downloads a colorful app that makes chirping noises every time he matches a picture of an apple to the word apple. For 6 months, Leo works hard. He fills notebook pages with grammar tables. He memorizes the differences between the present perfect and the past simple. He can pass a multiple choice test with an 80% score. But then, one day, Leo steps off a plane in London or Chicago. He walks into a bustling coffee shop. The barista looks him in the eye, speaks at lightning speed, and asks, "Hey there, what can I get started for you today? For here or to go?" Suddenly, Leo's mind goes blank. His heart races. The grammar tables vanish. The chirping app cannot save him. He stammers, points at a pastry, and walks away, feeling like an absolute failure. What happened to Leo? Did he not study hard enough? No, Leo fell victim to the great illusion of language learning, the confusion of studying a language with acquiring a language. Studying a language is like reading a manual on how to swim. You can memorize the biomechanics of the freestyle stroke, you can draw diagrams of muscle movements, and you can pass a written test about water density. But if someone pushes you into the deep end of a pool, all that intellectual knowledge evaporates. Your body doesn't need a manual, it needs experience. Your brain does not naturally learn languages through analysis. For 99% of human history, textbooks didn't exist. Our ancestors learned languages by survival, by connection, and by immersion in sound. To learn English effectively, we have to stop treating it like a history lesson to memorize and start treating it like a physical skill to acquire. Act 2. The magic of comprehensible input. To understand how to actually acquire English, we have to meet a brilliant linguist named Stephen Krashen. In the late 20th century, Krashen advanced a theory that completely revolutionized how we think about the human mind. It is called the input hypothesis. Krashen argued a deceptively simple truth. We acquire language when we understand what people are saying, not when we look at how the sentences are built. He called this comprehensible input. Think of your brain as a master map maker. When you expose your brain to English that you mostly understand, where you know about 80 to 90% of the words, your brain uses context clues to figure out the unknown. 10%. It looks at the speaker's facial expression, their hand gestures, the tone of their voice, and the situation. When your brain successfully guesses the meaning of a new word based on context, a tiny spark occurs. A new pathway is laid down on the map. If you see or hear that word again in a different context tomorrow, the pathway becomes a road. This process is entirely unconscious. You don't have to force it. In fact, trying to force it by memorizing lists of random vocabulary words actually slows you down. Isolated words are like loose bricks. Without the mortar of context, they easily tumble out of your memory. Imagine a child learning their first language. A parent doesn't sit a 2-year-old down and say, "Now, let us discuss past participles." Instead, the parent points to a ball and says, Look at the big red ball. Can you roll the ball? The child understands the intent because of the physical object, the gestures, and the repetition. The child's brain absorbs the structure naturally. Therefore, the first and most powerful rule of learning English is this: find your sweet spot of comprehensible input. If you try to read Shakespeare or watch a fast-paced political drama in English when you are a beginner, your brain receives incomprehensible input. It looks like a wall of static electricity. Your map maker gives up, shuts down, and you fall asleep. Instead, you must feed your brain content that challenges you just enough to grow, but comforts you enough to keep listening. Act 3. The architecture of immersion. At this point, you might be thinking, that sounds wonderful, but I don't live in an English-speaking country. I don't have thousands of dollars to move to New York or London. How am I supposed to find this input? This is where we get creative. Immersion isn't just about geography. It's about intentionally surrounding yourself with a language. Think of it as building your own personal English-speaking bubble, no matter where you are in the world. Here are some practical strategies. Strategy 1. Curate your digital environment. Change the language settings on your phone, computer, and social media to English. Follow English-speaking content creators, news outlets, and communities that align with your interests. If you love cooking, follow English-speaking chefs. If you're into gaming, join English-speaking gaming forums. Every notification, every headline, every comment becomes a tiny piece of comprehensible input. Example: instead of scrolling through your native language news feed, switch to BBC News or The Guardian. Even if you don't understand every word, the headlines, images, and overall context will provide clues. Over time, your brain will start to recognize patterns and meanings. Strategy 2. Embrace entertainment. This is perhaps the most enjoyable way to get comprehensible input. Watch movies and TV shows in English with English subtitles. Start with content you're already familiar with in your native language, or choose genres that are visually driven and easier to follow. As you progress, try watching without subtitles or with subtitles in English only. Listen to English music and try to understand the lyrics. Podcasts are also an incredible resource. Find podcasts on topics you enjoy, starting with those designed for language learners and gradually moving to native speaker content. Example: begin with a show like Friends or The Office. The dialogue is often clear and the situations are relatable. After a few episodes, you'll notice your brain picking up common phrases and expressions without conscious effort. Then, challenge yourself with a documentary on a topic you find fascinating, like Our Planet on Netflix, where the visuals heavily support the narration. Strategy 3. Read. Read. Reading is a powerful way to build vocabulary and understand sentence structure. Start with graded readers, books specifically written for English language learners at different proficiency levels. Websites like News and Levels offer news articles at various levels, complete with exercises. As your comprehension grows, move on to young adult fiction, then adult fiction or nonfiction on topics you're passionate about. Example: if you're a beginner, try reading children's books or simplified news articles. For intermediate learners, popular young adult novels like Harry Potter can be highly engaging. The familiar fantasy world and clear narrative make them excellent sources of comprehensible input. Advanced learners can delve into classic literature or academic papers in their field of interest. Strategy 4. Seek out interaction, even online. While not strictly input, speaking and writing are crucial for solidifying your understanding and activating your acquired knowledge. Look for online language exchange partners. Join English-speaking Discord servers or participate in online forums related to your interests. Even if you start with simple messages or short conversations, every interaction is an opportunity to practice and receive feedback. Remember Leo in the coffee shop? The goal is to build enough confidence and practical experience so that when you encounter a real-world situation, your brain doesn't freeze. Example: join a subreddit dedicated to a hobby you have, like gardening or board games, and start reading comments. When you feel comfortable, try posting a question or a comment yourself. The feedback, even if it's just a simple reply, provides valuable real-world context and reinforces your learning. Act IV, the power of patience and play. Learning a language is not a race, it's a journey of discovery. There will be days when you feel like you're making no progress, days when new words seem to slip through your fingers, and days when you just want to give up. This is normal. The brain needs time to process, connect, and solidify new information. Be patient with yourself. Think of it like building a muscle. You don't go to the gym once and expect to be a bodybuilder. You go consistently, you challenge yourself gradually, and you rest. Language acquisition works in a similar way. Consistent, comprehensible input, coupled with opportunities for output, will lead to steady, undeniable progress. Most importantly, make it fun. If learning English feels like a chore, you won't stick with it. Find aspects of the language that genuinely excite you. Is it watching British comedies, reading American graphic novels, listening to Canadian indie music? Whatever it is, lean into it. Play with the language, experiment, make mistakes, laugh at yourself. The more joy you find in the process, the more effortlessly your brain will absorb and integrate English. Example: if you love video games, try playing an English language game with a rich story. Many games offer subtitles, and the interactive nature can make learning new vocabulary and phrases feel natural and engaging. Or, if you enjoy cooking, find English language cooking channels on YouTube and try to follow a recipe. The visual cues will help you understand the instructions, and you'll learn practical vocabulary related to food and cooking. So, forget the endless grammar drills and the intimidating textbooks. Embrace the magic of comprehensible input, build your own architecture of immersion, and most importantly, approach your English journey with patience, curiosity, and a playful spirit. Your brain is ready to make a new home for English. All you have to do is invite it in. If you're finding your flow with today's session, subscribe to the Story Shadow and join our community of English learners.